Trump is teasing a range of options for dealing with Iran. Retired U.S. Army Brigadier General Mark Kimmit here to talk about the different options in that toolbox. General, it is good to see you. At this point, American strategic air refueling tankers forward deployed, Nimitz strike carrier group moving out. The B-2 bombers, we know, have the capabilities to carry the massive ordnance penetrators. How long from when President Trump gives the order do things start blowing up in Tehran or at Fordo?
Well, first of all, he has signed the operations order, which says that he's looked at the different plans, he's looked at the different options. I think we went through 15 different variants of the Iraq plan in 2003 before the president actually signed off on the operational plan he would engage in. But as you know, just because he signed off on the plan does not mean that he signed off on the attack. He's actually put them into the air. But I guarantee you that they're on a very, very quick strip alert. It's certainly not a matter of hours before they're in the air.
Okay, so in the air within hours, and then things start. One thing that Robert has been excellent at pointing out is over the past couple of days that he has been in Israel, the number of missiles that the Iranians shoot at one time has diminished. That means it's a lot easier for the Israelis to intercept them, because the way the Iranians would do it, shoot 100 missiles, 1 or 2 would get through, shoot a dozen, the Iron Dome, the aero defense system can take care of it. What happens first? Do Israel and, by dint of resupply, the Americans run out of interceptors, or does Iran run out of ballistic missiles?
Well, all indications are at this time that Iran is going to run out of ballistic missiles before Israel runs out of interceptors. This is the reason that Bibi Netanyahu took the advantage, this small window of opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-generation opportunity to attack now, primarily because he had already destroyed the missile threat of Hamas and Hezbollah. Never could do this, would not have been able to intercept a combined effort of Iranians, Hezbollah, and Hamas. But as he's picked away since October 7th at those other arsenals, this was the time, this was the window. It wasn't going to come again.
I think about your time, your military expertise, but also your time Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs as well. You know this region so well, Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East. There's no one who knows this area better. The Iranians are saber-rattling. Last night, they promised a surprise that we will all remember. Nothing happened. Today, if America attacks, we'll be forced to attack and escalate. There will be all-out war. Have the Iranians been diminished to the point where this is also the opportunity to take out the rest of the regime?
First of all, I wouldn't recommend regime change. We've gone through a couple of regime changes in the last 25 years. That hasn't worked out that well. I'm not sure we have a government in waiting to take over. What people may think Iran is a heterogeneous society, but it's not. There are Kurdish areas, there are Armenian areas. It could really break apart completely, and we don't want to see that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Let me get you on one last point here. The two people who I think are watching this the closest are Vladimir Putin and President Xi of China, because they're testing whether or not, when President Trump says unconditional surrender or makes a military threat, if he's willing to follow through on it. Break it down for me. The president said unconditional surrender. He's never said of what. What does he have to do to the Iranians, or what do the Iranians have to agree to, that Putin and Xi go, all right, when he says it, he means it?
Well, first of all, I think what it means is they have to abandon their nuclear program in a manner in which it can be verified and it could be penalized and observed from time immemorial. They've just got to get rid of it. But look, I think we've got to be very careful to understand the lesson that Xi and Putin are learning is that we have a very unpredictable commander-in-chief. And that's good. When you have a determined prime minister of Israel and an unpredictable president of the United States, if I'm an advisor to the Ayatollah, I'm not sure what I'd tell them to do.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.